Hello all, welcome to my channel. In today's algorithm video, we will be writing a function to find a pair of sum in a given array. So basically what we are given an array of integers and a sum. Okay, and we have to find a pair, basically two numbers in this array whose sum is equal to the given sum. Okay, array is given and a sum will be given. So for example, this is an array, okay, and we are given a sum. Now we have to find two numbers in this array, any two numbers in this array whose sum will be equal to this particular this required sum. Like for example, for this particular array, our sum will be basically 11 and 34. You can see that, right? For 45, 11 and 34 is the sum. So similarly, if I say that given sum is, suppose, say 55. Okay, so what will be our output here? What will be printing in the output? We will be printing 0 and 55, because 0 is here and 55 is here. Similarly, suppose we have again we have given sum as, suppose, 51. Okay, now how now which two numbers we can in the array will give us 51? We can take 55 and minus 4. Okay, 55 and minus 4. Okay, so uh, okay, and if the sum is not given. Okay, sum is basically, if we cannot find the sum, then we will be just writing no pair. Okay, no pair is found. Okay, and it might be possible that this 51, 45, all this can be formed by other pairs as well, but we only have to return one pair. What I mean is, suppose if this 55 is there, right? So suppose if we take example of this 51. Okay, so 51, suppose I can form from this also, this combination also, 49 comma 2, right? Or 54 comma minus 3. Okay, so we just have to we don't need to worry about the other pairs. We just have to return print one pair. Okay, and we will return true if at least one pair exists. Otherwise we will print the no pair. Hope the problem statement is clear. So I'll reiterate again. We are given an array of integers and a required sum is given. Okay, and we have to find a pair or two numbers whose sum is equal to this given sum. Okay, and we have to just return one pair. Okay, in the next video we will see how we can print all the pairs, but in this particular video our focus will be only to print one pair. Okay, so okay, yeah. So let's look at our approach first here. Okay, so let's look at the brute force approach first. Okay, so yeah, so in the brute force, so what will be our approach first? Okay, we have to find a pair, right? So we'll start with the first index. Okay, and then we will check we'll check it with each of its subsequent indexes, that whether is there any second element, is there any second element with which I can add this number, and it will give me the required sum. So suppose 45 is there, right? So if I take 11, and I take I'll match it with the subsequent numbers, and I'll see if I can return 45. So 11, 34 is there. Okay, 45 I got. Suppose 55 was there. Okay, so 11 is there and 34 no, 56 no, 78 no. Okay, like this I will go. If I found the pair in the first in the first loop, then that's well and good. I will print that pair and will return. Otherwise we'll move on to the second loop. Second loop will start from the second element, and we will match it with the subsequent elements again. Okay, so similarly we will be doing it for all the numbers one by one, until we find the first pair. Okay, so like this. So what will be the time complexity of this, right? Time complexity of so how so what we are doing here, we are taking the first element. Okay, we are taking first element, then we are matching it with in the worst case, right? In the worst case, we are matching it with all the elements subsequently, then second, then third, similarly for the third, then fourth, right? We are doing this. So okay, so so, so basically what we are doing is we have so our algorithm is that in the loop, so we have to basically we have two loops here. First loop is iterate through all elements in array, right? And the second loop will be for iterate through all elements, and second is sum with basically the element from first loop, right? Right, this is what we are doing, right? So what will be the time complexity? In suppose if I in the first loop we will be if we take first iteration, right? First iteration, let's take first iteration. Let me just do this first iteration. Okay, so first iteration will be how many elements? Basically from 1 to up to n, right? How many elements are there? If these are n, then these are n, right? Then this will be n minus 1. First iteration is n minus 1. Second iteration is again, second iteration will be from here, second from here till here. Okay, so n minus 2, right? Till will be doing this till nth not nth, n minus 1 iteration, and when we'll have the last element, right? So if we get this n minus 1 n minus 2, so worst case our time complexity basically will be order of n square. I hope no one has doubt here, because in the first iteration we have n minus 1 element, second iteration n minus 2, third iteration n minus 3, last iteration, and we will have one element. So n minus 1 plus n minus 2. So this will be order of n square. Okay, now can we efficient, and let's come to can we reduce this to time complexity? And yes, space complexity, we are not using any extra space here. So space complexity will be constant, or I can say order of 1. Okay, okay, cool. This was for the basically for the brute force approach. Okay, now efficient approach. Okay, how can we reduce the time complexity? Okay, let's okay, so for the time complexity, right? Let's analyze one scenario. Let's sort this array. Okay, let's take take element, sort this, or let's do one thing. We'll take an already a sorted array. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let me write again. 1 4 5 6 7 8, right? Okay, now here suppose now I have to find required sum is, so sum I have to find is 11. Okay, okay, now if I here if I take this, right? If I suppose if I start with the first index and I take the last index, let's consider the first index and the last index. Okay, what is their sum? Their sum is 9. Okay, their sum is 9, which is less than 11. Okay, what should I do here? This, I know that this is array is already sorted. Okay, and if I take the first and last, my sum is less than the required sum. My sum is 9, which is less than 11. Okay, So if I move in this direction, right, I know I am decreasing the numbers, so my sum will be decreasing. But if I move in this direction, right, from left to right, I know that we know that, right, my numbers are increasing, so my sum will increase. I hope you already got what we are trying to do here. You already got the approach that until we'll find the required sum, if we will shift our point, we'll move our pointers, the high and low pointers from low pointer from left to right and the high pointer from right to left, depending on our where we how much close we are to the sum, right? We have to come close to this. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's see. So suppose 1 and 8, 1 2 3 4 is there, right? Let's analyze this. Sum is 11, so 1 and 8 we have taken. Okay, no, 1 and 8, sum is 9, right? Okay, sum is 9. Now okay, so I know that now we have to move close to this sum. Okay, so let's move the lower pointer. Okay, so let's do this, and okay, will not move the high pointer, only the lower pointer. Okay, so now my sum is 10. 10 is again less than 11, so uh, let's move to the next to the next move the lower pointer. Okay, so okay, so sum is 11 and we have got the sum, and so our pair is output is 3 and 8. Okay, we can print the indexes as well. Okay, let's analyze a different case as well. Okay, so here let's analyze suppose we have to find suppose some as 9. Okay, let's see that you know our input is that we have to find pairs whose sum is 9. Okay, okay, 9 might not be a good idea. Let's come to I just want to move 7. Okay, let's see, our sum is 7. Okay, so how will it go 7? Will again our first in our this thing, right? First iteration it will be same because we'll be having low pointer here at 1 and high pointer at 8, and our sum is 9. Okay, what we see that 9 is greater than 7. 9 is 9 is greater than our required sum, so we'll be moving the high pointer because we have to come closer to 7 and we have to decrease our sum value, right? So will not increase this, because if we increase this then it will be 8, 11. We'll be decreasing this one. Okay, so so here we will keep our low pointer as constant, and yeah, let's okay. Okay, so here the sum is 8. Okay, so we see we are moving closer. Okay, so again 1 2 3, then 8 is again greater than 7, so again we will decrease the high pointer. Okay, so it will be 6 and yeah. Okay, 1 and 6. Okay, sum of 1 and 6 is 7. So we have reached the required sum, and we will print these numbers. Okay, now suppose we have to find a number. Suppose sum is, we have to find sum of sum equal to 45 is given. Okay, and we can see that, right, that the maximum sum is this is a sorted array, so maximum sum is 7 and 8, right? 7 and 8, so it is 15, so we will not be reaching the 45. We will not in any condition we will not be reaching 45. So our so we are decreasing our high pointer we are decreasing our higher index and increasing our lower index, right? Increasing the lower pointer and decreasing the higher pointer. So there will be one stage when we will be, if it is will be where our lower pointer will be here and higher pointer will be here, right? Or okay, and when we decrease one of them and increase one of them, we will come to the same number, right? So we have to so our here our end condition will be will be iterating till our lower pointer is less than higher pointer, right? Because when they are equal, then we will not be adding them. Then we have reached the same number, and we found that we cannot we could not find the required sum. Okay, so uh, okay, so if so what was the time complexity of this, right? So time complexity is order of n, right? Order of n, and space complexity is because, or why order of n? Because we iterated, there was only one iteration, right? We looped iterated through the elements, each element only once, right? Only once. There was only one iteration. Okay, there was only one loop involved. Okay, but yeah, but this time complexity is uh, provided array is sorted. Okay. Now what we'll do, now what to do if array is unsorted? We can simply sort it. We can simply sort it. Okay, we'll simply sort it. And what is the time complexity then of required to sort an array? We all know that order of n log n. Okay, so okay, so let's first write the pseudo complex, then we'll pseudo algorithm. And so what are our steps basically, right? First we sort the array, okay, and then we set the basically the set low and high pointers to the first index and the last index respectively. And if sum found, then return. If low plus high, I'm just writing, not low plus high, I should be writing here air. Basically if our input is array, okay, air. I'll write a code, I'll quickly write code as well, so we'll see there as well. If array is, then decrement high, right? Else increment low, right? And then loop from third to fifth until low is less than 5. So it's a very simple algorithm, right? It's a very simple and efficient approach to find one pair of numbers in an array, right? So yeah, coming to the time complexity, and the final time complexity will be, because we have to sort the array, order of n log n, and after that there is only one because there is only one loop involved. We do not have double loops, only one iteration is required. So order of n. So total time complexity will be order of n log n for this algorithm. Okay, yes, yeah. So this is the final time complexity of this algorithm. So okay, so we are finding we were writing a function to find a pair of sum in a given array. Okay, sum is given, we have to just find the pair if it exists or not, and time complexity of this is order of n log n. So quickly let's write a code for that. Okay, I've already written the the class, and the array is already written. Okay, and here I'm displaying the array. I have written one utils method for displaying the array. It's good to, before starting writing the algorithm, good, side by side, it's good to write the utility, so you do not have to repeat the utility methods. You do not have to write the utility methods again and again, like display methods. Okay, so these are common utilities which you can write side by side in the in your utils package. Okay, so if I run this, so yeah, this is our array, and we need to find the so we need to find a pair. Okay, so input will be array. Okay, and the sum. Okay, okay, now let's quickly follow our algorithm. What we have to do first? We have to sort the array, set low and high pointers. Okay, and will then loop. Okay, so first let's sort the array. So I'm doing in Java. So Java already provides one efficient sorting algorithm. Okay, for sorting the array. I'll cover all the sorting algorithms in my subsequent videos. Today I'm just using the utility provided by JDK, and this sort algorithm is basically a order of n log n. It's a dual pivot quick sort, and it's an improvement basically over the single pivot quick sort. Okay, we'll study this in further videos. Today I'm just using it. Okay, so this is arrays.sort. We have sorted the array. Okay, and next is to yeah, set the low will be 0 and high will be, I'll take high as add dot length -1. Okay, last index, and while low is less than high. Okay, I'll just loop through the array, and while low is less than high, then what we have to do? We have to just compare the sum. So let's say I take a variable in pair sum. No, sum I've already taken as the method parameter pair sum. Okay, equal to arr of low plus arr of high. Okay, and now I check if pair sum equal to sum, then I will display it. Okay, pair found. Okay, the just a string formatter. You can use your corresponding language utilities in which you are writing. So okay, so sum will be my low comma high. Okay, now now this is when sum is found, and we have to return true as well. Okay, otherwise what we'll do, will if pair sum is greater, let's take first condition. If pair, so this is our condition, if sum is found, then return. Now if sum is greater than this sum, then decrement the higher pointer. Okay, if pair sum is greater than sum, then do high, decrement the high, otherwise else low plus plus. Correct. And now while we do this. Okay, now if if pair is found, we will be this loop will not complete, and in between our function will return from here, and will reach outside of the loop only when this loop completes and we did not find any pair. So we'll just print it out here, that pair not found. Okay, so very simply we sorted the array. Okay, and we set the low and high pointers, and we created one loop in which will be iterating until low is less than high, and will uh, and in each iteration we will and for each low and high we will be will be adding them and comparing them with the required sum. If the sum is found, then we will print that. Otherwise, if sum is greater, we will be decrementing higher. If sum is less, then if the pair sum is less than the required sum, then we will be incrementing the lower index. Okay, so let's run this. So here for testing we have taken 90 array, and 99 is the required sum. Okay, let's see if we can find 99 in this array. Pair not found. Okay, let's test with some other numbers. I'll quickly write. I can, because I have already created, so I can go for other things like 51. Let me quickly take run this 4 or 5 times. Okay, it will be quicker. 4 or 5 times. So 40, 51. What else? So let's see if I take suppose 51, then we have 74 and 45, and let's take one more because we have 0, so we can take, suppose I take -4 as well. Sorry, not there, here -4, and pair found, and okay, so 5 times I'm executing this. Let's see what we get. Okay, so pair not found for first pair 99. I didn't get any pair. For 51 I got one pair, -4 and 55. -4 was here, 55 was here. Okay, where's the console gone? Okay, so and next was 74. 74 was -4 and 78. Then this one was 45. 45 is 11 and 34, -4 and 0. So we can see our algorithm ran perfectly. So and it was pretty simple as well. Just involved one sorting and one iteration. Okay, and in this we might have duplicate pairs as well. Let's see if we have some duplicate pairs, but we are only printing one pair here. Okay, so suppose I add one more. So okay, so suppose for this, right, 51 is there, so let's add 51 because 51 can be 0. Let's see what our algorithm returns for 51. 51 returns -4 and 55 returned. It could have returned 51 and 0 as well, but because -4 came before 0 and uh, and 55 was in the last after sorting, right? -4 will come before 0 and 55 will come after 51. So they will be those will be the first ones to be inspected, -4 and 55. So that's why 51 these two were returned. Otherwise these two were and 51 and 0 0 was not returned. Okay, now in the next video we will see how we can return all the pairs. Okay, how we can return all the pairs with the required sum. Yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you for your time.